Hello and welcome to the second annual Bebas. That is the Budget Ebike Awards held here at the EVRC, where I'm going to take all the e-bikes that I've tested in 2025, and there was quite a lot of them, and we're going to choose the best in many different categories, including best lightweight folder, best cafe racer, best commuter, best beast of an e-bike, best value e-bike, and of course the electric raspberry for the most disappointing e-bike of 2025, and EVRC's e-bike of 2025. Thanks so much to everyone who has tuned in this year, especially those who watch until the end. Like and subscribe, and of course, use our affiliate links, which helps the channel keep going. As always, thanks also to the brands who send the bikes for review, despite knowing that I'm always going to be honest and potentially bring down sales. But on the flip side, because regular viewers of the channel now know that I tell the truth, when we get a good one, people watching will know that it's really good. So before we get underway, with every bike I mentioned today, I'll let you know, one, the price, but also if they're fully legal or if they can be unlocked. Now, every e-bike you see today will be able to be locked to legal specifications, and they'll have motors rated at 250 watts. Apart from the beast e-bike category, they're basically beasts, and definitely you have to go to Alabama to ride them. Unless you're as lucky as me and your great uncle's estate is always free to use. Okay, and our first category is the best lightweight folding e-bike. Our nominations are the Bodywell T16 Pro Mini, which is unlockable, and it's £459. Very small and very easy to get in the back of a car. We've got the Ado Air 20 Ultra, which is fully legal. You cannot unlock it. It is quite expensive at £1,500, but it is very, very good. And we've got the Hugo Verum 2025 model, which is fully legal. You can't unlock it, and it comes in at £1,400. And the winner is the Ado Air 20 Ultra. I was incredibly impressed with this e-bike, with its 3-speed automatic shifting gears, which meant you got a nice easy pull away, and then as you got faster it would automatically shift up so you could maintain higher speeds. It was great up hills, and it was nice and light and easy to fold and get into cars. We even took them on trains along with the Hugo Verum and a few other small lightweight e-bikes. Next up, we've got the best step-through e-bike. Our nominations are the Enquiries L23 Pro, which is fully legal and £1,400. The Cyrusher Roam, which is unlockable. It is classed as 250 watts. However, I'm not seeing it on their site right now. Fido C11 Pro is unlockable, and it's £999. And our winner is the Cyrusher Roam, which I was really impressed with its dual sensor technology, where you can switch from torque sensor mode to cadence sensor mode, meaning you can use the torque sensor to get a quick getaway, and then you can switch it to cadence sensor mode, and if you want to, you can be lazy and just ghost pedal to get the full speed. This negated the issue with many torque sensor bikes, where you have to keep trying quite hard to get the power, and you end up still getting sweaty, and you might not want that from your e-bike. So the Cyrusher Roam was definitely one of my favorite bikes this year, and it's definitely worth checking out. By the way, reviews to all of the bikes will be linked in a playlist at the end of this video, or you can just go on the channel and find them yourself. And the next category is best cargo e-bike. The nominations are the Cyrusher Glider, which is unlockable, and it's £1,599. The Enquiries L23 Pro, which is fully legal, you can't unlock it, and it's £1,400. And the Farfreeze F20 Mate, which is actually a trike, and it's available in different modes, including a legal EU mode or fully legal UK mode, and it's €2,000. And the winner is... there's no winner actually, because we didn't get that many cargo e-bikes this year, so I just kind of picked 3 of the best, and they're all very different. The Cyrusher Glider is a full-on cargo e-bike that's like a long tail, and you get stuff on the back, and it's got a rack at the front. Or you've got the L23 Pro, which is my favorite version of the L20 that you can currently buy, and it's got amazing torque with a mid-drive motor. Or a bit of a left field entry, the F20 Mate, which is actually a trike, but it's got good carrying capacity at the back, and you can have a cage at the front as well. So 3 equal winners for the cargo e-bike category. Our next category is the best city commuter e-bike, and the nominations are the Enquiries P275 SE, which is fully legal and comes in at £899. The Fido C11 Pro, which is unlockable and comes in at £999. And finally, the Enquiries N1 Pro, which is fully legal and comes in at £1,899. And the winner is the Fido C11 Pro, which I was really impressed with because it blends power but also sophistication. It's also a drop frame. It doesn't look crazy or illegal. And via the Fido app, it's got lots of different configurations, whether you want the throttle to only go up to 6 kilometers per hour, or if you want it to go to the full speed of the e-bike, or you can have it unlocked to go over 15.5 or stay at 15.5. And it's not an easy computer unlock that anyone could just walk up to the bike and do themselves and say, haha, look, I've unlocked your bike. It's quite complicated to do through the app. So if you're riding around in legal mode on that app, no one is really going to have a problem with you because you can't just quickly unlock it and go super fast. Well, at least they can't. And our next category is the best fully legal e-bike. So these can't be unlocked. They go 15.5 miles per hour, and they have either a throttle that only goes up to 6 kilometers per hour, which is about 4 miles per hour, or they don't have a throttle at all. And the nominations are the EVRC EK30 Pro, which is £809, the Enquiries L23 Pro, which is £1,400, or the Ado Air 20 Ultra at £1,599. And the winner is, now this is a close one because he's got two of my favourite bikes of the year here, but just about, the winner is the Enquiries L20 3.0 Pro, the mid-driver monster that we've already mentioned when we talked about cargo e-bikes. It does have a mid-drive motor, which is very powerful. It's got very good torque, and because the mid-drive motor actually works with your feet rather than at the back wheel, it benefits from the gears. So to get that extra torque, if you put it in first gear, that helps not only you pedal, but it helps the motor work as well. So it can get you pretty much over any bumpy terrain and up very steep hills. It's a very nice bike. It's even foldable, and it's got great specs, including hydraulic brakes. Next up, we have the best cafe racer style e-bike. You know, the ones which kind of people call moped style or Super 70 freestyle. They look like little tiny motorbikes, basically, and they're very cool. Not for everyone, but a lot of people love them. And the three we've got are very good value indeed. The nominations are the Escooters Cavet Air, which is fully legal and €999, so even less in pounds. The Hitway BK17, which can be unlocked and is £999. It's also got 2 batteries. And the EVRC EK30 Pro, which is fully legal and comes in at a very low £809. But my winner is the Escooters Cavet Air by a whisker. It just about beats the EVRC, which I really liked, but both of them have got foot pegs for a rear passenger, but the EVRC's rear seat suddenly becomes a plastic trim, which although looks cool, it is not very comfortable. You wouldn't want to sit on it. So since the performance of both is very, very similar, because the Cavet Air has got a better seat to better hold a passenger, it just about takes it as the best cafe racer style e-bike. Our next category is the best value e-bike, which means it has to be under £1,000. And let me tell you, 3 of the 5 nominations in this category are way under £1,000. And the nominations are the Escooters Create City Air, which is fully legal and comes in at €899. The Farfreeze Halong 1, which is £550 and is unlockable. The Jansno X50, which is unlockable. It's a bit of a beast actually, and it's usually priced about £600 to £700. The Bodywell T16 Pro Mini, unlockable, £459. And finally, the Fido C11 Pro, which is unlockable and £999. And the winner is a previous winner. It's the Fido C11 Pro. I've already talked about it, so I'm not going to talk about it again, but it is a brilliant e-bike that pretty much does whatever you want it to do. And we're getting towards the business end of the awards now, and we've got the beastly e-bike of 2025. So, you know the kind. You've got to be either on your great uncle's estate, private land with permission, or you've got to be in Alabama. In fact, some of these are even illegal in Alabama. So if you've got a private uncle's estate in Alabama, that's even better. All three are dual motor. All three made it up our hill in super fast time, but only one of them is at the top. But will that one be the winner of this award? Our nominations are the FreeSky Warrior Pro, which comes in at £1,599, the Duots N26, which comes in at £1,219, but it was much less. Oh, and by the way, all these prices are without my discount codes, so if you want to save even more money, do check the descriptions of the reviews of the original bikes. I'm not going to put the sale things on, I'm going to put the review links in, but check in the descriptions of those videos, you'll get my discount code and you'll save a lot more money on everyone basically. But yeah, the Duots N26 and the Anioki A8 Pro Max dual motor, which is £2,600, and that is the bike that currently sits atop our leaderboard when there was an e-scooter that was top of the leaderboard, and this came along and smashed it. It's the first sub 30-second e-bike to make it up the hill. But did it win Beastly e-bike of 2025? No, it didn't. I actually chose the one that's the slowest up the hill, and the reason I chose it is because it was such a lovely bike to ride on. It was very refined, it looks brilliant as well. It still did amazingly well up the hill, and it was the Duots N26. It was a fraction of a second slower than the FreeSky Warrior Pro, but I enjoyed the fact that it had the instant torque, so you would zoom away as soon as you pulled the throttle, unlike the FreeSky Warrior Pro, which kind of had a turbo lag where the front wheel would actually not come in straight away. The N26 has a total of 130 Newton meters of torque, a 100 kilometer range, and two 750 watt motors. And it's time for the penultimate award, which is the Electric Raspberry Award, the most disappointing e-bike of 2025. Now, it doesn't mean that these are necessarily bad e-bikes, although the one that won is a bad e-bike, just that they're disappointing. Maybe I was expecting more for whatever reason. So, our nominations are the EBI Agile. Why was I expecting more from this bike? It cost £4,000. It was legal, it had electric gears, but for £4,000, it just wasn't that good. It is currently selling at £2,500, which is still probably a bit overpriced. I bet they wish they never sent it. Or could the award go to the Engwe Engine Pro 3, which on paper seems like a good bike. It's got dual suspension, it's got fat tires, it folds, it's got a battery in a good position, it's got hydraulic brakes, it's got a powerful motor, a torque sensor, it's got a boost button, but alas, it was just set up in such a poor way, which meant if you wanted an e-bike to be able to have a nice easy ride and not have to keep putting the effort in, it did not work at all. It is only good if you were happy to keep riding all the time and putting the effort in which case it would improve your strength and make you faster, but you couldn't get to work without sweating unless you wanted to go at about 10 miles an hour, which for me was very disappointing. But did it win the award? No, it did not. The winner of the Electric Raspberry Award 2025 was the Haybike EC Compact City. And why was it so disappointing? It was a mini bike, a very small bike, fairly lightweight, but it didn't fold, so it didn't go into boots very well. It is not allowed on public transport because it doesn't fold, and it didn't have a very powerful motor, and it cost £1,500, where bikes of a similar spec are usually costing about £500. It was extremely disappointing, and it still costs over £1,000 today. I do not get it. I couldn't sell it when I tried to get rid of it. It took me ages, and I ended up getting rid of it for a couple of hundred because nobody wanted it. So that is the winner of 2025's electric Raspberry. And now on to the final, the big one, the big award, which maybe you'll be able to work out who won, but I don't think you will. It is out of 3 amazing bikes. These are definitely my 3 favorite bikes of 2025. So whichever one doesn't win, it's still an amazing bike and it's still definitely worth checking out if the bike that wins isn't really one that suits what you want. These are all brilliant. So the nominations are the Engwe L20 3 Pro, the Cyrusher Roam, and the Ado Air 20 Ultra. And the winner is, and you might think it's going to be the Cyrusher Roam because it's already beaten one of them before, but no, it's the Engwe L20 Pro 3. The Cyrusher Roam beat it in the category for best drop frame, but the Engwe L20 3 Pro is so much more than that. That mid-drive motor really does mean that even though the Roam is powerful, the L20 will ease up any slope you throw at it. It is comfortable with its dual suspension. It has got great spec. It's just a very, very nice bike. It even folds, the Roam does not. And I was so impressed with it, I called it the Land Rover Defender of e-bikes. You definitely need to check it out if you're after a legal e-bike, a good value e-bike, and a folding e-bike. And although it's got 3-inch wide tyres, they're not super fat, so it doesn't look like you're trying to be a hooligan. And that's it. That is the Bebas 2025, the best e-bikes of 2025. Tune in soon for our reviews as they will resume shortly. Thanks again for everyone who tuned in 2025. You've really helped make this channel go from strength to strength, and hopefully it can continue to do well into 2026. Hope you've all had a great Christmas and of course, Happy New Year. You'll be able to see over here somewhere, there's a load of playlists. There's the Bebas playlist, so if you want to see every single bike mentioned today, you can just click on that, sit back and watch it. But if not, that's fine. Thanks again for watching this video, and until next time, ride safe.